All right. Thank you, guys. It is February 6th today, and we're going to start doing this every Tuesday night, is being part of a community, is just to be able to, we love celebrating people, and we love, I think part of with Optavia is that's what it's about, is community, supporting each other, and kind of like that. Sue just telling us a little bit about herself. So let's go around and unmute yourself, and one at a time if you want to start. I think, is it Lana, do you want to talk?
Lena?
Lena, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. What am I talking about? Sorry, I come
Tell
in
us
late.
what, I know, because I've been watching Facebook Live. Not totally rocking the plan. Tell everyone a little bit about, first of all, tell them who your coach is and how you're doing.
Okay. Well, my coach is Louisa, and I started the end of December, and I've lost 22 pounds. I'm down 2 pant sizes and 1 shirt size.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. Thank you. And I just love it. Like the changes in myself and the body and seeing the changes, that's the exciting thing.
Yes, that's exciting. All right, Karma, I know you're on there. Why don't you unmute yourself and tell everyone a little bit about you?
A little bit about me.
Yes.
Well, yay, I did Facebook Live today. A big step for me. Let's see. I've lost 117 pounds. And I started August 5th, 2016. And by 2017, I had lost 117. And I've still kept it off. So I'm now counting the months that I've kept the weight off.
Wow.
It's so amazing. I feel so good. I have so much energy. I can't keep up with myself.
Love it. Awesome. All right, who wants to go next? Sandra, can you hear us? Do you want to talk? Maybe. Christina, how about tell them your story?
All right, can you see me?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm actually driving. I know this is probably a no-no, but anyway, we are in transport to and from dance.
Yeah.
So I have lost 57 pounds on this program, on Optavia. I am enjoying my journey. I went from a size like 2X, 3X to like an extra large. I've got about 45 more pounds to go. And I just love my new life. I love the things the opportunities that Optavia has opened up for me. And yeah, it's all good.
Awesome. And what I love, it's not just about weight. You're a whole new person. You've lost all this other weight.
Oh yeah, I've lost a lot of weight, but I've also gained so much more than that.
Yeah.
I have just gained confidence and self-respect for myself and how to love myself again, and which in turn that, comes out and I can give that back to others, which is my desire and my passion in my heart, and I love my life right now.
I love it. And Karen, I see you on there, and I see your in the messages, 47 pounds in 4 months. I think you're muted. Let me unmute you. Okay, go.
Oh, I said, yes, ma'am. I'm still going down to every day is still, 0.2 pounds or something like that. So I am 5.2 pounds away from my original goal weight. And so I've changed my goal weight now.
That is so awesome. And how about your husband?
He is down 35 pounds or 36 pounds, I believe. He's only been on program about, I think, 7 or 8 weeks. Or sorry, he's been on 8.5 weeks now. And so he's just doing amazing. And he's ended up becoming a coach without being a coach. He talks about it nonstop and has a massive amount of energy right now. So
love it. Love it. All right. Anybody else? Brian, you want to share? I know a couple of your people aren't on here, but you posted some really good successes from some of your clients and yourself today.
Yeah, absolutely. So for myself, I'm actually.
I think you're hurt. Can you guys hear him okay?
No.
Maybe come closer.
Is that better?
It is. It's kind of echoey.
Come back to me. I'm gonna go get my headphones.
Okay. We'll come back to him real quick. How about one more person want to share?
Sure, I'll jump in there.
All right, Carrie Ann.
Hi, everybody. I'm Carrie Ann. I've been on the program since the beginning of October. Christina is my friend and my coach, and we've been walking this together, which has been really fun. I am just closing in on 50 pounds, and I'm feeling real good, and I've just begun. I signed up as a coach early, but have not been able to get to where I wanted to be. And I started this weekend, and I'm doing my 3x3x3 and reaching out to people and learning, watching a lot of videos. So
Excellent.
it's great.
Very cool. All right, Brian, should we try it again?
Okay, can everybody hear me better?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I am right now, I'm about 50 pounds lower than what I was at my very, very highest, just through, natural, doing things a little different. I was able to lose 10 pounds on my own, but then just stayed there. So about 4 years ago, I lost 25 pounds, thought that I was at my goal weight until I got on Optavia, and then holy mackerel, here goes another 15, and I'm feeling the best I have in my entire life. So being a health coach, just getting the pleasure of helping other people get healthy. Have had lots of folks lose in their first handful of weeks, actually not even a handful, first 3 weeks or so, 12 pounds, 13 pounds. I got an update today, 20 and a half pounds after, just over 3 weeks. So we're doing awesome. It's just fantastic.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. So we don't have a whole lot more time to do that. We want to get into what we had to talk about tonight. So real quick, for those who do not know me, my name is Lisa Stewart, and I started on our program. Actually, it's getting closer to 5 years now. It'll be in May or June. May will be 5 years since I started on program. I lost 60 pounds and I've kept it off. So I love that. And I was a realtor for 28 years, and now I am a full-time health coach and just do this. I love helping people. So, and my cohort here helping, Louisa, you want to tell them a little bit about yourself?
Hey guys, thanks for joining us. I'm so excited to have this community. So I originally started, what was it, like 4 years ago, something like that, on the MetaFast. I was not ready. And then my daughter told me she was pregnant, and we're not supposed to use the F word, but I didn't want to be the fat grandma. So that was huge for me. And then my little sister, who's on the call tonight, who just signed up, I'm super excited for her, is getting married. And so I am in the wedding because we do that as sisters. And so I was not only going to be the oldest bridesmaid, but I was not going to be the biggest bridesmaid. So huge driving factors, not to mention my health. So that was in September or August. 6 weeks in, I decided to be a health coach, and I'm 40 plus pounds gone from a size 16 to a size 8. And I know, and I'm not looking back, but I'm so excited to have this community, and so we can inspire and teach each other and learn from each other, and just get better together, because that's how we do it at Optavia.
So let's go back to 4 years ago. You said you weren't ready.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think a lot of it was, did you treat it differently than you did this time?
Absolutely. So 4 years ago, I'd been in a divorce about 1.5 years or 2 years, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to lose weight. I look awful. And so it was definitely a diet. It was a diet. And so I wanted a quick fix. I wanted something that was going to change overnight and give me what I needed to do. and wrong approach. Didn't
Yeah.
work out so well.
Yeah. So that's what I love about it. The difference is you heard the sizes that she's changed and how good she feels and that she's lost 40 something pounds, but she plugged into our system. So that's what I love. So we're going to just kind of start with some basics today. Each week we're going to have kind of a different topic, but since this is our first one, let's just start from the beginning and say, you know what? Everybody should have received this in your first order, the Optavia guide. It's our handbook, our little Bible that we hold with us, our healthy Bible. But the thing I do love about this is if you don't have one, there's one we can send to you. I'll post it on our page so you can download it and keep it on your phone. So you're out grocery shopping, you're somewhere. So pretty much everything in this book is this is what it's about. So I love the fact, how do we share that screen, Gary? I'm going to show you a screen here real quick. Got to get my technical help here.
Really?
Oh, share screen button. That's okay. So we have basically three different components.
You want the 4 components?
Yeah, the 4 components. Hold on.
Oops, that was it right there.
That was
Okay. So 4 different components. And Louisa, you want to talk about this a little bit?
Yeah, so super important, you guys, that once you're starting your journey, or even those of us who have been on the journey for a while, I feel like when you look at these 4 pillars, and it's been explained to us before, it's kind of like a table. And so when you have these 4 pillars and you use all of them, the table is sturdy and is steadfast. But if you're only using, let's just say you're just using the fuelings, just your food, so you only have one leg of the table, and the table is not going to stand with one leg. And so we want to make sure that we're plugging in not only to the community, which you guys are all doing right now, which is awesome, but you also want to plug into the Habits of Health, which is the education that comes, the book, the Zoom calls, and things like that you can learn. And then your coach as well. We're all available, those coaches. We work super hard because we want you to succeed, because we know how good that feels. And then, of course, the food. And I want everybody to remember that all 4 of those are individually great, but together is what makes you most successful. Let's say you only do the fuelings and tap into your coach. You have a 50% chance of succeeding. Who wants 50%? Not me. So that's why it's so important to plug into these 4 pillars.
All right, very good. So did that kind of give you guys a little clearer picture about what we're about? We're about lifelong transformations, not just a quick diet. We start where other programs leave off. So the biggest suggestion I tell everyone is make sure you know what's in here, because if it's not in here, you're modifying the plan. And I always tell people, if you follow the plan, you will get predictable results. If you modify the plan, you will get modified results. So what does that mean? Does that mean, okay, what if I have a glass of wine here or there? What if I have this? The way our system, our program works is it's designed the way all of our fuelings is exactly what you need to run your body the best it can feel. So you feel your best. And there's nothing in there you don't need. So you don't have to think. Do this and it will work. So by adding or taking out and missing, not getting in all your water, those are things that could change things up.
Absolutely.
So some of the things I always ask people when they say, okay, what about water? So first of all, water is super important. So Louisa, you want to go over water a little bit?
So we know that we're supposed to have at least half your body weight in ounces a day for your body to function really good. But if you need to drink a little bit more than that, then that's awesome. Of course, when it's hotter outside, you're going to need a little bit more water. You guys, if you're not getting your water in and you're seeing the scale not moving, that could be a huge factor. Your skin feels better. You just feel better. And you don't have to just drink water. So that's another thing. Yeah. We have the Optavia drink ads that you call them crack, Lisa, but they are fabulous. Yes, we love them. And that's super helpful too. But water intake, just even if you're not on the Optavia plan, people should be getting, no one drinks enough water. People should, and as a nurse, I've seen it. And so we need to make sure that we're getting, like I said, at least half your body weight in ounces a day. And in our Optavia guide in there is little water drops that you guys can go in and check off daily to make sure that you're getting your water intake in. And guys, if I can give you anything, we're all busy. Everybody's busy. And so when you're using this guide, you write your fuelings in there, and then you can check off your water, and then you know that you're on the right track. You don't necessarily have to write what you ate or what you drank. Put fueling or a check off, and then and then it helps you keep track as well. So
very good. So when you get up in the morning, how quickly after you get up should you eat?
At least a half an hour.
Yep.
But for me, here's another little tidbit. So I, just like my sisters who are on the call right now, have to take thyroid medication. And so I have to make sure that I take my thyroid first and then wait half an hour to an hour after to make sure my thyroid medication works okay. And that's been okay with me. But I always wake up and drink a full glass of water, always how I start my day. So just pay attention to your meds. You guys, thyroid's especially those of us who are on thyroids, you have to pay attention to that. So
very good. And if you start having issues, plug in with your coach and say, hey, I'm not feeling right. And, we've had a few clients, we have to say, hey, go talk to your doctor. And sometimes they have to adjust something when you're on medications.
Yes.
And how, after you eat your first meal, does everybody know how far apart each meal is supposed to be? Put it in the chat if anyone knows that answer. When should your next meal be? How often should we be eating?
Good.
Right, 2 to 3 hours. So something to think about is some people have longer days. You get up super early and you go to bed super late. You still need to eat every 2 to 3 hours that you're awake. So if you're somebody that gets up, say 3, 4 a.m., but you go to bed late. So take your day and say, okay, split it up by 3. So you may, we have a lot of doctors and even nurses and medical people that work overnight, sometimes a lot of firemen and stuff. So they will need to eat still every 2 to 3 hours. So you need to figure out, if you have a long day, still eat every 2 to 3 hours. Just because you're finished with your fuelings at 8 p.m., if you stay up till midnight, you probably need to do one more fueling in there. So as long as you continue to eat.
And I just wanted to say real quick, I was watching a Zoom the other day on that as fuelings as well. And so if you guys are not wanting to feel like you're physically eating before, like if you think it's an hour and a half or 2 hours before bedtime, I know the shakes are a little more less in carbohydrates. And so if I'm late on my fuelings and not getting them all in, I'll have a shake before I go to bed, just so I don't feel so full. And then it's less carbohydrates as well.
Very good. And then as far as your lean and greens, the list is in here, everything you can have. If it's not on the list, it's not part of the plan, you're modifying. So pretty simple, cut and dry on there. A lot of people have asked about, do you have a food measure? What's your answer on that? Do you weigh your food, Louisa?
I have not. I feel guilty about that a little bit, but I try to go like the size of my fist after it's cooked, or my hand. I felt like I was so busy, and I know if I'm having fish, I can have a little bit more. But you guys, I want you to remember, it's not about perfection. We have to keep that in mind. So let's be real. If you have 6 ounces of chicken instead of the 5 ounces of chicken, it's still better than eating a Whopper at Burger King. So it's about those choices. Of course, I don't want you eating a 12-ounce steak. But that's what we talk about when we talk about lifestyle changes and making better choices. And so just be mindful of what you're eating and the size of it. And so I think everybody can basically tell what size 5 to 7 ounces are. And if you feel like there are people out there that need to have that. If you feel like you need to get a scale, then do it. Whatever helps you be more successful, then we will absolutely support that.
Yeah, and I love that because that's why the plan worked for myself. I was super busy and, I did kind of the palm size. And, if I'm eating a piece of chicken, then it may have been a little bit more than I should have had. If I was hungry, I ate it at that point. But there again, you say 2-3 months in and all of a sudden you're kind of saying, okay, I don't feel like I'm losing as much as I should, or there's things that need tweaked. That might be the time you have to get a little bit stricter and say, you know what, I may need to weigh and measure something. Doesn't mean you have to do it every time, but maybe you have a really big hand like I do. So, I get more food, but just to make sense for you guys so that it's like, oh, wow, that's more than I wanted. So I know we're getting down here to the end. Let's ask people, do you guys have questions about what we just talked about? You can come off mute and ask it, or you can put it in the chat, or.
Oh, there's something in there about, that's awesome. Karen and Kristen say, I started out weighing and what I guess was 6 was actually 3. So that's a really good point as well. So I had a client that did that. She was not getting enough protein and was not feeling very good. So we have to pay attention to that too, for sure.
Yeah. So it's good to, if you're not sure what you have, good idea. Yeah, a couple of you guys did that. So that's a good idea to weigh stuff and then do that and plug in that. Any other questions, comments?
So I don't want to put my sisters on the spot because they're both on.
Let's put them on the spot.
Put them on the spot. They're just starting. They're going to be just starting. And it's my sister Bridie's birthday today. Hi, I love you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So, Brittany, I know we were talking a little bit today about a question. You want to take off mute and tell me what the question was. This was interesting.
Oh, you're muted. Let me unmute you. There you go.
There you go.
What question? I'm trying to remember.
So my sister asked, can I have sunflower seeds on this program?
Yeah.
And then once we got down to the nitty gritty of it, what did I ask you?
Is it a habit or the taste?
That's right. And then we got down to the nitty gritty and found out that it's because she was bored. So we have to pay attention to that as well. So lean on your coaches, you guys. And that was a really good question today, sister. So a lot of people will just do things out of habit. And so, we can have 10 to 12 almonds as a snack. And so I told her that maybe when she's on that, gets bored, that she can get almond slivers instead of almonds, and then maybe use that as a habit breaker. So just little tweaks like that can make a huge difference.
I like that. That's good, because sometimes just quitting something cold turkey is not the answer. It's more replacing that bad habit with a good habit.
Right.
Great idea. That's why I always recommend people, that drink wine or alcohol. I get these sparkling ice drinks, and I'm not a wine drinker, but I like a cocktail. So I'll put ice in and do this, and I'll even put a lime on it or whatever. I always tell people that like wine, put this in your wine glass. you know, just drink it that way. And because a lot of it is a habit. So when you sit there, relax, drink it like you would drink your wine or your cocktail or whatever, it does. It really helps.
Getting water intake. This was huge for me.
Yeah.
So there's people that can get placebo. Good job, sister. There's people that can get their water intake out of a hydro flask. That was not me. Like I could not get my water in. And then Lisa said, go to Human Being, get a 32-ounce cup. My issue was the straw. Now I can get 4 or 5 of these 32 ounces in a day with no issue. So it wasn't what I was drinking. It was the habit for sure.
That's all with coffee too. My coffee was Dutch Brothers, going to Dutch Brothers to have my Dutch Brothers coffee. And now I just keep the Dutch Brothers coffee cup and fill my own. So it makes you feel like you're still having a little treat, even though you're not. So
I did that at first. I actually went to Human Being and bought a sleeve of those and the coffee cup with the lid on them, because it's that habit. I didn't even have a coffee pot at home when I started. So I had to start at home doing that, but I needed that cup like that. I didn't like drinking out of a mug. So it's finding the things that work. All right, well, we're going to end this because we're going to start here in just a few minutes. Let me end this recording. Stop, pause it.